thank you so much for tuning in here on the Let's Talk About Guitars the Entire Time podcast. I'm Fender Freddy. I'm here with a very special guest,
Jackson Ted.
Wow, deep cut. I was going to go with Hagstrom Harry, but I didn't want to give, not a lot of people know what that is. Anyways, those are our real names. And here on the Let's Talk About Guitars the Whole Time podcast, we've got 3 topics for today, actually. Very excited to get into them. We're going to talk about the best guitars for under $25. And the top 10 threats for your neighbor who constantly complains about your guitar playing. And finally, we're going to close off with a discussion of how you can grow a 6th finger in order to play those Dream Theater and all of those prog rock songs that you want to play. How does that sound?
Sounds pretty good.
The
6-finger thing is useful.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, man. People who are born with the 6th finger, they don't know how lucky they actually are. And despite how exciting this topic is for the podcast, I feel like I always come up with more exciting fake podcasts sometimes, than...
Well, I'm trying to wrap my head around the person with 6 fingers who doesn't want to play guitar.
Yeah, that's true.
Imagine you're just born with that and fuck, I hate guitars.
You could be like a good
I just want to be a drummer. It's useless.
Yeah, you could be like a puppeteer or something like that, I guess. But this, if you guys didn't figure it out already, this isn't the Talk About Guitar the Entire Time podcast, although we will kind of be talking about guitars because we're going to do kind of a musical episode today. We're going to do like a photo editing playlist for you guys, so we'll get into that in a second here. I kind of got to give you guys my name, even though you probably already know if you listen to the podcast. I'm your photographer, Jared Poirier, here with my actual guest, who is...
Oh, that's me? Tristan McDonald?
No, the other guest. Tristan's been on the show again, and been on the show before. Yeah, and I appreciate you being on the show again.
Oh,
and
thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're someone who knows a lot about music and has a good taste in music, in my opinion. We're both a couple of metalheads for the most part. As you're wearing your, what is that? Some kind of
behemoth,
yeah. And then underneath.
That would be my Russian
circles.
Shirt.
Yeah. I got an Iron Maiden under here, but I'm afraid that if I try to pull it off, I might accidentally show you guys my small nipples, and then everybody would be posting on Instagram making fun of my small nipples. So we're going to avoid that, and we're going to get into the podcast. But before we get into the podcast, Tristan, what do we got to do? You got to thank our sponsor, buddy. Cloud Spot, man.
I don't have any of those, man.
Yeah. Cloud Spot, bud.
I wish I did.
Yeah, Cloud Spot. If you don't know, it's the easiest way for photographers to deliver and sell photos online. You get beautiful galleries, just hassle-free downloads, make a nice experience for your clients. And if you want to get 50% off of some beautiful Cloud Spot for yourself or those you love, you can do that with the link down in the description. Okay. So, we're going to do the ultimate photo editing playlist here. I thought it would be pretty boring if we just went back and forth and set a song. So kind of wanted to gamify this. And I also think it's really fun to argue with Tristan. So the more that I could make this an argument, I thought it might just be better.
I definitely want to preface, or I put a little disclaimer up. Last time we were talking about full frame cameras.
Yeah.
You went Sony, I went Canon. We had a little fun back and forth. It was very respectful, I like to think.
Yeah.
When it comes to music and opinions about music, that's not...
It's not going to be as
I'm going to say
respectful.
some harsh things on here.
That's okay. I'll give you 2 fucks. You can...
I'm not going to meet that goal. I'm just going to over...
You're going to over-deliver. I like that. That's fine.
There's going to be a lot of those.
Yeah, that's cool.
A lot of yelling into the mic, too, probably.
Okay. Well, just pull back from the mic a bit when you yell, hopefully. That's the goal.
It's the least metal thing I've ever heard you say.
Yeah, well, it's hard to photo edit to metal. So anyways, this idea I got from Adam Ganzer, shout out, Small Beans Network, if you guys want to check out some good movie podcasts and stuff like that. They did a couple episodes where they construct playlists and they use this kind of gamified way. So here's the rules for you guys. Basically, we're going to go back and forth and there's going to be 6 slots that each of us have to select some picks for the ultimate photo editing playlist. So that's kind of round 1, your standard, hey, here's a song I like, here's a song that I like. Round 2 is a little bit more exciting. It's where we each get to select one of the other person's picks for the playlist, take that out back behind the shed, boom, shotgun in the face, kill a pick, and then round 3, you get a little bit of revenge because it's the catapult round. So you can take one song, catapult that right onto the playlist, uncontested, and then number 4, we're gonna have the wife round, where my wife and Tristan's girlfriend, but might as well be wife.
I mean, she's pretty. Yeah.
Just didn't get the wedding done. When you guys need a wedding photographer, though, you know where to look.
I'm gonna save the money, shoot my own.
You're gonna shoot your own wedding.
Run down the aisle, click record, run back. All right,
just have the tripod there
with a remote. Just click
the remote. I do. Oh shit! Hang on.
Everything's just out of frame. Just like over by a third too much.
Yeah, whatever though. At least you're gonna save some money. So at the end of this, we're gonna have a 13 song playlist that me and Tristan both contributed to, and we're gonna have to listen to it and edit photos, and that's just gonna be how the deal is. But before we get into the actual picks here, let's just talk a little bit about like photo editing and music in general. Like, what do you think makes a great photo editing song?
Oh, anything that can kind of get you in a flow state.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can explain it properly, but essentially just that kind of like conscious thinking where you can you're just in a state of flow where you're just kind of
like unconscious thinking.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, unconscious state. And you're just able to really, work, not necessarily quickly, but just at a pace that is consistent, continual. You don't feel tired or burnt out. You don't want to rip your eyeballs out of your head. You don't want to look for excuses to get away from doing the editing, because I feel like that's of all the work that we do, I feel like when you get to editing, that's where the real slog kind of happens.
It's possible, yeah.
As hard as filming can be, I feel like it's fun because there's a lot of problem solving if you have problems. But when you got to sit down,
multitasking,
you're watching this thing that you've already done all day, or you did another day, and you got to look for the motivation and the right mindset to just stare at the same thing over and over and over and over and over again until it's there.
Totally. Yeah, I think flow state is a good way to put it. I would say gets you in the zone, or even songs that kind of entrance you in a way, put you in a trance, I'd say is maybe a good way of putting it. See, and this one will be a little bit more contentious. I tend to think I do listen to a lot of metal. If you guys have listened to the podcast and stuff, I even play in a metal band and bullshit. So you guys will know that I like some heavy music, some aggressive music. But I find for editing photos, for me personally, that I usually want it to be a little bit more of chill music. I judging by some of your picks that we're going to get into here, that might not be the case for you. Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I feel like there's going to be a lot of differences of opinions.
Yeah. So you find, even heavy music is good as long as it gets you.
I feel like it's a good place to start. It gets you motivated.
Yeah.
For me, sometimes I just, I'm really bad at doing a gig.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's in my brain, I'm like, well, that's done. And it's I haven't done the editing yet.
Yeah, true.
And now it's the next day and I wake up and I have to sit down in my dungeon and, not have any sunlight while I just stare at a screen to finish the work.
So you're saying you gotta get yourself a bit angry.
You gotta get pumped up
to get that done. Yeah, that's fair. I can understand that.
Anger gets shit done. I feel it's a motivating emotion.
All right, let's get into our selections here. You're the guest, so I'm gonna let you go first, buddy. So let's hear
me go first.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's hear your first.
So
selection.
I mean, getting back to what I said about getting motivated, getting pumped. My first pick is Hey Breed. Looking down the barrel of today.
Yeah. A song about shooting yourself in the face with a shotgun. I don't know. Yeah, it really gets you. Like, you're gonna have to explain this one because this one, to be honest, kind of baffles me. Like when that one came on, I listened to all of these before, obviously, and I was just like, oh, okay, I can't really picture editing photos to this, but you go on.
Honestly, maybe not necessarily editing photos, but before you sit down at the computer to edit photos, it definitely it's a song that definitely energizes me.
Yeah.
It's pretty much like the whole basis of the song is like taking on that day, and all the challenges that come with it. And, especially like maybe also I picked this not just for editing, but going to a shoot gets me really pumped. Okay. I think about where I started and where I'm at and where I'm going and how I like to, I'm always a person that wakes up every morning like at war with the world. That's how I motivate myself through my day. Like I have objectives, I need to achieve them.
Obstacles.
And then some days, and like I'm sure people listening and you as yourself, there's days where like the day wins and kicks your ass.
True.
Everything goes wrong, nothing went right, and like you can't really give up. You gotta wake up and like go to war all over again.
Yeah, there's like those days where I have to use a cannon. And then
oh my fucking
god. I guess I can get you like pumped up kind of before actually photo editing. But in terms of photo editing, like I don't mind metal even for photo editing necessarily, but I find that like more kind of steady, like groovy, I guess, forms of metal tend to work a little bit better. Like even black metal is pretty good, like a little Daimyo Bergier or something like that. I find can work decently, but I don't know. I wouldn't really listen to like
hardcore,
like kind of thrash. Is that what you would consider that band? Like
I would say Hatebreed's definitely from the
hardcore more
background for sure.
Okay, fair enough. I am glad that you brought them up though, because then I got to talk about my favorite metal band, which is of course Hatebeak, which is the metal band that actually has a parrot as the singer. You've heard Hatebeak.
I haven't heard Hatebeak.
Okay,
I've heard what's it? It's something carrot. No, what's it called? Parrot Doom. There's one with an act. There is a death metal band with a parrot.
This is great podcasting.
Did you not know that? You just been taking the piss the whole time? What's it called?
I don't know, man. Don't do it. Don't We'll put it in the show notes.
Long story short, there is a death metal band.
Okay.
But he hooked up his parrot to a microphone, threw some masks on it. It's
And it's legit, right? It's probably really good. Okay, I'm gonna get into is that it on that?
Yeah, I feel like,
cool.
Yeah.
All right, I'll get into mine then. So my pick, first one that I want to put on the list here, Enjoy the Silence. We're going with a cover here of Simon and Garfunkel. I was so confident I didn't look that up.
Depeche Mode. Wow. Your credit just goes out the window, bro.
No, I don't know.
Why are we even talking about music?
What? Oh, wait, Sound of Silence is Simon and Garfunkel.
Yeah.
Enjoy the Silence is Depeche Mode. I'm sorry, everybody. Anyways, the rest of this will be factual. That's a band which is pretty legit. The singer that I learned about, Christina Scabia, she was featured on
I'm sorry, Lacuna Coil?
Lacuna Coil, yeah.
People still listen to this band?
They're still making albums, man. They put out 2 albums.
That doesn't mean people are listening to it.
I don't know. I listen to it. I think they're all right. Wow. Anyways, whatever.
What is it, 2001?
It's a good track, man. This ccame out in...
Yeah, because it was written by Depeche Mode.
Yeah. This came out in 2006, the album Karma Code.
Oh my god.
Dude, it's fine. All right. Just let me get this part out, and then we'll hear out your criticisms. I really like the vocalist in this band. Like her operatic style. I think it like really suits the music. They have some nice grooves in there. Like they are. I'll admit they are a little bit generic. Right. I'm fine with that.
They're low rent Nightwish.
Their low rent Nightwish. Wow. All right. Anyways, and like this track I just think is good to for editing photos. Like gets you in like a chill mindset, and it's more chill than like a lot of metal songs. And I wanted to have like a metalish kind of song on here. So there you go. And Tristan's tear it apart. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just like Lacuna Coil is just not a band that I mean, I'm surprised they still exist. You say they're still making music.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you follow them to know that they're still making music. If they're so good at like going with a cover of Depeche Mode, like it's just...
Okay. Anyways, well, you do have a veto, so you might want to use it on that. All right. What's your second one?
So getting back to editing, wanting more like subdued music. My second round draft pick's gonna have to be lo-fi 420 chill hop study sesh.
I'm gonna have a really hard time putting that on a Spotify playlist, bro.
Just take any of those keywords and you're good.
Okay,
I think everyone listening at home understands what I'm saying.
He's right. But like the goal here is to make a playlist that I can put on Spotify. So what's your real pick?
So going with another pump up kind of motivating song, Hustlin' by Rick Ross.
Okay.
Little hip hop there for you.
Yeah, we'll get some hip hop.
Surprising with the hair and the sweater right now, but that's just the anthem of anybody that hustles, man.
Yeah, as Cat Williams said, right?
Yeah, you just gotta wake up every day, work. If you ain't doing that, I guarantee you are not gonna make money from photography. You're like, unless you're some incredibly lucky, fortunate person that has one client that pays you out a shit ton of money for one job a month. Like, you're just going to be grinding. Yep, it's true. If you overshot, now you got to edit 1,000 photos. That's on you, and you got to get through it. You got to go take jobs that are cheap. You got to it's a grind. Yeah, and the thing I like about this song as well is the like repetitiveness of it. Like, I don't even mean that in a bad way. Like, it's a very repetitive song, but I find that every day I'm hustling. Yeah. And every day I'm hustling. And the thing is that like I would never accuse Rick Ross of being like the most like lyrical rapper ever. No, right? not even close. Definitely not. No. But I found like I was gonna put like a ASAP Rock song on here, and there was a few other like things that I considered. Even like a MF Doom almost made it on here. But nice. Shout out to MF Doom. Shout out. He won't care about the shout out. Rest in peace. Maybe in the afterlife they can hear shout outs. He's still listening. Hopefully, man. To this podcast. Yeah. Ghost of MF Doom's a fan, guys. Oh well, that's cred. That's cred right there, you guys. But yeah, sometimes you don't want the most like lyrical stuff to edit to, because then you find yourself like more listening to like what they're saying on the song, and then it's kind of harder to listen to, or to focus on what you're actually doing, right? Yeah, I can agree with that. The thing about this song, though, that I don't really like, I mean, I probably won't veto it for this reason, but I do have a hard time relating to the lyrics because it's mostly about selling cocaine. Yeah, I have a hard time relating to that, too. Yeah. So I actually have... we're selling the cocaine for eyeballs. I guess so. That's what photography is. That's why people doom scroll every night looking at their stuff. That's true. Yeah, that's what everybody does. But in order to make this song a little bit more relatable for the listeners out there, I actually prepared a verse. Oh, this should be good, everyone. So Tristan, if you don't mind, could you lead me in with like a every day I'm hustling? Try to get it like real deep too. Okay. You go and okay. Well, hold on. How long do I got to do it for? Just like a every day I'm hustling. That'll do. But I don't have to keep going while you're rapping. No. Okay, I just need the lead in to get the pacing. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. We never steal cars, but we shoot raw. I got 1,000 shots, need a new SD card. And if my battery dies, you know my backup charge. They think photography easy, we know it real hard. Ain't bout that Fujifilm shit, best be Sony or Canon. And if the shoot doesn't pay well, then I'll have to abandon. Our portfolio's fat, we ain't even gotta pat 'em. We out all damn day, getting shots like Ansel Adams. We got bodies and lenses shipping in from the Pacific. They all F1.8s if I need to be specific. We in the stew with the models, no, we all grinning. Believe they know my name, like it's Pete McKinnon. Mo lights, mo straps, mo shoots,
Mocash.
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day. That actually went kind of hard, bro. I'm like that. I'm impressed.
Yeah,
that was a solid flow.
I wrote the verse. It's not like I freestyled it.
No, but you but like you killed it.
Thanks, man.
I always feel like my voice goes up an octave when I try to rap. That's why I don't rap.
You got to have a rap voice, man. Like Danny Brown, his goes up like 10 octaves. Check. Anyways, okay. After that, I'll get into my next.
All rights reserved to Jared Poirier?
No, it's. I didn't write most rights reserved to Rick Ross, but a parody is legit.
If Weird Al gets.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah. If Weird Al can get paid, all right. Rights to me. I'll put it up. I'll put this out.
Yeah.
I just got to write
the whole song.
2 more verses. I can put it up on Spotify, man.
Yeah.
I'll get you to be my the guest vocal. Do the hook.
I'll just be that DJ hitting the one button.
There you go. Yeah, that's cool. Throw in an air horn here and there. All right. So my next pick here is "Finally Alone" by Mac DeMarco. Old Mac DeMarco. He's from Edmonton, Alberta, Canadian dude. Really enjoying his music lately. It's saved me a lot of car accidents. I listen to Mac DeMarco almost exclusively when I drive. I really recommend that. Calm me down, especially if you live in Toronto. He releases albums like pretty frequently. He actually dropped one last week. I haven't really got into it too much, but I believe this is off the album right before that. Here Comes the Cowboy. Super chill album. 2 is probably my favorite album of his. He very creatively just named an album 2, and I like that one a lot. But this album here is like super, super chill top to bottom. And I just really relate to the lyrics in this song. And being a Canadian guy who smokes some weed every now and again, I can relate to old Mac DeMarco here. And the other thing that I think is funny, I just want to say because I think it's funny, the genre for his music, like a lot of people call it like slacker rock or something like that, but he himself refers to it as jizz jazz. And why are you looking at me like that?
I just feel like this dude isn't jizzing.
He's jizzing.
No, man. This one actually legit pissed me off. Like listening to this on the way over here, I was like, holy fuck. It's like the song. It's like you come into the middle of the song, the begin. Like I've never heard a song begin so lackluster that there's literally zero compositional dynamic. Just he just starts talking. Over a twangy guitar.
Yeah.
But the fact that you said Edmonton, I was like, oh, all this makes sense now.
Yeah.
Every single bit of it.
Do you like Mac DeMarco at all, or
no.
You don't like any of his shit?
No.
It's too chill for you.
It's not. No, man. I like chill stuff. I just put up lo-fi chill hop 420.
That's true.
And you overruled that. But
I mean, to be fair, I didn't overrule it because I don't listen to that shit when I edit photos like everybody does. It's just that in order for the logistical reasons. Anyways, yeah.
I just what do Canadians have to sing about? I guess that's my fundamental.
He sings about the most important topic of all, Tristan, which is love. Anyways, fine. You don't like it. I get it. Yeah, you can go on to your third pick, and I'll be critical of you and make fun of it.
So my third one is "Ain't Got Time."
And did you prepare a verse?
By Tyler, the Creator? No, I can't.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't even try to step into the shoes. Rick Ross, you can step into his shoes. He's a big dude, but Tyler, the Creator is just he's one of those scrappy fighters, man.
Step into his.
I wouldn't be able to even talk that fast. It would. But.
Step into his Converse.
No, I mean everything about it. His name's Tyler, the Creator.
Yeah.
This dude's his repertoire not only in music but in terms of video production.
Yeah.
He got to start on, I think it was Vines. We all remember Vines before the days of Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah.
No, the dude's just a creative force.
He
Unstoppable
is, truly,
force.
Truly,
you can't pin him down. His rap career is incredible. His video career, the work he's done for Nickelodeon, the guest star, he's an inspiration to me, but just because it just shows that just because you do one thing that you're really good at doesn't mean you can't branches into other aspects of the art or into other formats of the art.
Yeah.
And especially now when you got these cell phones that do everything, I feel that you can't just be a photographer anymore. You just can't be just a video guy. Like you're doing a podcast right now. Like there's so many things you got to do.
I'm doing a podcast right now.
That's we're in this room.
I thought we were rapping.
But and I ain't got time. Like the amount of stuff we got to do now, I just don't. I ain't got time. I especially don't have time for lowballing clients anymore.
Yeah, true.
You know, the guy's like, I can give you $20. Come shoot my wedding. $20 and you can get some cake.
Hey, $20 and cake and 2 beers.
Yeah, two beers. But they're like blue.
Yeah.
They're
they're blue.
They're like Labatt blue.
Man.
You're like, well, that's who else would give you $20 for a wedding photographer?
True. Someone who would have blue at their wedding. Yeah, you're not wrong, bro.
You know.
You're not wrong.
I just ain't got time for that shit.
Yeah. No, I really can't. I really can't talk shit about this pick at all. I mean, it is like a very like hype track, obviously. So that might be like distracting for some people trying to edit photos. There are some more like chill Tyler the Creator, and if you're gonna go with like the whole collective of like Odd Future and stuff, you got what's his name there? The singer, the R&B singer guy that I can't remember his name right now. Frank Ocean. Frank Ocean. Yeah. So pretty legit. A pretty legit pick. I can't really talk too much shit, so I guess I'll just get into my third pick here. I don't know. Tristan probably hates this band for some reason that none of us will be able to understand. Graveyard, slow motion countdown.
Yeah, I did hate this one.
Oh my god. I was gonna say, you look like you could be in Graveyard. You kind of got the Graveyard look a little bit. Anyways, yeah, he doesn't like that. The singer in Graveyard's actually pretty ugly, if I'm being honest.
I thought it was long hair. We're going with ugly.
No.
All
right. This track is off the 2012 album Lights Out. Pretty good track, pretty good album. It has Endless Night is on that album as well. What can I say about this band? I really love the riffage, kind of like complex riffs that they bring to the table. I like the mood of this band, and the singing's really good too. The singer does that like high pitched DC fucking singing, and I like that shit sometimes. And I just find I find that it's like pretty honest music that comes from like an honest place, instead of talking about how you sell cocaine and Pablo Escobar or whatever. Like these guys just talk about like how they drink too much.
Are you calling Rick Ross a liar?
No, man, he knows Pablo. I'm sure he does. Anyways, what do you think about this pick?
Graveyard sucks. No, no. You know what? Like this is just a generic like butt rock, like you said, like AC/DC.
It's not AC/DC at all.
No, I know AC/DC is good. No, you know what? I don't have an opinion on it.
Okay,
which I think is the worst criticism.
Fine.
It's just like I'd be like whatever. If I was like in a car and I was hearing this, I'd be like. I would just have my own thoughts drown it out.
All right. But
fine. I wouldn't change it.
That's good. At least you wouldn't change it. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice of you to say that for Graveyard. All right, fuck you. Do your next one.
So this would be 4 a.m. by Hail Mary Melon.
Yeah.
Super. Actually, so no one's probably ever heard of them. They only did 2 albums. It's an Aesop Rock. Collab.
Oh yeah.
Super incredible underground rapper.
Very lyrical.
Very lyrical.
Yeah.
A lot of metaphor. Yeah. But you know what? I actually I always knew about this album, loved it, but I didn't start listening to them. Like I've stopped listening to them a while ago. But I was actually editing one of our Ascari videos.
Oh, cool. It
was that.
Shout out to Ascari. If you're keeping track, shout out so far for MF Doom and Ascari.
Yeah.
I
had to edit that cocktail video that we did.
Yeah.
That absolutely. Anyway, I was up till 4 a.m. and at some point I wanted to rip my eyeballs out of my head, and it just like kind of crept in my head. It's like it's 4 a.m. It's 4 a.m. and it's just like, yep, I don't know. You're a super early wake up morning dude. I am not.
Yeah.
I much prefer. It's easier for me to work when I know everyone else is asleep. Especially when you got a wife and kid at home.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's got a repetitiveness to it that works for me, and I can relate because it's 4 a.m. and I'm working.
I like this stuff, man. And I remember when this album actually came out, and I like listened to it once and then forgot that it existed. So yeah thanks for and it's called like Beastery or whatever.
Beastry's the album.
Beastery,
The album.
The
great album.
Yeah.
Like again, and the production's insane.
Yeah. You're going to have to give me a pick that I can shit all over because you keep shitting on mine. All right. And here's another pick that Tristan is going to shit all over, which is Nannuflay by Tinariwen. And this is probably, you guys have probably heard about a lot of the artists on this. I would be very, very surprised if you have ever heard of this band before. They are a collective of Tuareg musicians from the Sahara Desert, which is in Mali, apparently. I didn't even know that. See, you learn things when you have a podcast, man. The first time I ever came across these guys was on KEXP. They're like a radio station somewhere, and they do a bunch of really good, like, kind of in studio like concerts that are on YouTube. You ever listen to that stuff on KXP? No. Oh, it's tons of good stuff, man. King Gizzard's on there like all the time.
Oh, okay, sick.
Your favorite boy, DeMarco, he's been on there a couple times. They pioneered the style of desert blues. So they have like very guitar driven music. That's why I like it. As a guitar player, like I'm into that type of shit. Kind of combining like more like Western blues and rock stuff with more like African music and kind of like tribal beats and shit like that, which is cool. This is a pretty hardcore thing. A bunch of members of this band have actually like fought in wars. They were like part of the Tuareg Rebellion. And if you want to learn more about the Tuareg Rebellion, you can check out Tristan's podcast, Tuareg History.
I'm an expert in the field.
He's an expert in the field, man. He shits on it all the time. He shits on music and talks about Tuareg history.
Actually, like you're not giving me the benefit of the doubt here, man.
Huh?
I actually really I like this one.
Oh, okay.
It's not my jam, but I don't know. You can hear the, I guess the just genuine honesty of it.
Mm-hmm.
Without like that Mac Mamara guy just like singing whatever just singing out his asshole trying to impress ladies in Edmonton. Like these guys is like, like you said, like there's it's not dark music, but like you can hear that there's like a real love in there.
True.
And I thought it's a great track. It's very subdued. No, I like it.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I kind of like the message of it too, which is about like, as far as I could, like kind of the meaning that I get out of it, given like a bunch of the lyrics aren't in English, but it's kind of like getting into more of like a spiritual mindset. And there's like the analogy of like sleepwalking. Like most people are kind of sleepwalking through life until you have kind of like a spiritual awakening or whatever. So
sick.
Yeah, I dig that.
No, I genuinely actually like this track.
Cool. All right. Well, I'm going to guess that this one will probably be making it on because you only get one veto. You probably won't use it for this. So, all right. What's your next one?
So I will be surprised if anyone's heard of this dude. I fuck with this guy a lot. And I'm gonna butcher his name because I still am not sure how to pronounce it. But Psychon Diabolik. Okay. The 1FS.
Yeah.
The artist is the 1FS. The song is called Psychon Diabolik. Again, I was editing for you a while back. Shout out to Ascari. And it was another long night, long hours. And he had just dropped this album. Spotify's like, and this is where Spotify gets cool. They were just like, hey, you might want to check this out. Because in my algorithm I have the hardcore, I have the hardcore death metal, and then I have beats, hip hop beats, lo-fi, chill hop 420, and so this guy he's I don't want to say an old school mixer because he doesn't use vinyl, but he's really big into scratching, remixing, and he'll take audio from like television shows and like namely animes. Like he just did a whole new album called Samurai Cowboy, which is Cowboy Bebop and Samurai Champloo mixing sound samples.
Shit.
Yeah, the dude's a madman.
Big nerd, man. Nice.
Yeah,
Big
he's
nerd,
but like he's got a serious sound to him. He's got an energy to him. This particular song, there's like one recurring line. It's just like there are those who stay up nights, and that just like really resonated with me because it's just like there is, there's just people like we just don't work a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Even though you like wake up and like early and I don't and like, but there's nothing conventional about the work that we do.
Totally.
And it's got it's just a solid hip hop beat. But I fuck with this dude because I thanked him. I did a story and I was like, thanks. I added him on Instagram and I was like, yeah, thanks for the tunes, man. Got me through my editing tonight. And he shouted back and DM'd me and we had a nice back and forth. And he was just like, fuck yeah. Thanks for supporting.
Holy shit.
And I'll fuck with any artist that like immediately reaches out to somebody fucking with their music.
That's
and
really
gives
cool,
them props.
man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then he like he re-uploaded my story to his like page and stuff, and I got some traffic out of that. Not a lot because it was 4 a.m.
Yeah.
But like that's how you go about building a fan base. I feel
of drunk people who are up at 4 a.m.
editing video. Yeah.
Yeah, sick, man. No, I like this track a lot. It's kind of a short one, right? It's just like a 2 or 3 minutes, but
that whole album slams.
Yeah. For a lot of these, like you could kind of just take the album and play it. Especially my next one is one that you could definitely do that with, which is a track, Mountaintop, by Devin Townsend, another Canadian dude from British Columbia. And this guy is literally crazy. He has bipolar disorder, and he takes like antipsychotic meds and shit like that. But apparently it worked out for him because he's made 28 albums. And for anyone who's ever tried to make an album, like I've been working on an EP. It's not rap music. It's like kind of garage metal music. I've been like working on it for like 3 years. It's like 5 songs. So the fact that this guy's put out 28 albums with all his different projects is pretty nuts. He does a wide variety of music. He's got like Strapping Young Lad, which is like the heaviest of the heavy, but then he's got this project, Casualties of Cool. Album came out in 2014, and it's pretty cool, man. It's like a super chill album. I would say that like you could probably put any song. Like Mountaintop is just one where I really like the vocals and stuff. There's another contributor to the album who the girl singer, I totally forgot to write her name down, but whatever. It's a sweet album. I find that like, when we were talking about what makes a really good song for editing music, like if it transports you to another place or kind of gets you in that flow state, and this one does it for me. What do you think about this one?
I don't know how you found the like softest Devin Townsend song ever, but you did it.
Yeah, I did it.
I fuck with Devin Townsend. Honestly, like if we're gonna talk about like this dude, in my opinion, and I do have a strong opinion about this. I've been writing for I've been a music journalist for going on 13 years. You can see me I have bylines on Exclaim and a bunch of other websites, and
sweet.
I've written a lot. This dude is going to go down, unfortunately. I feel like he's not ever make it into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah. And
the government, the country, like they're just never going to acknowledge this dude as Canadian. I mean, not because they don't want to, but it's just because like
it's hard to throw this on like Canadian radio or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And like he's an insanely talented.
Yeah.
He's probably like, I mean, like we all know Rush. We're Canadians, like the radios will play Rush to the dying days. But this dude, like Strapping Young Lad, if you listen to any kind of metal and you haven't heard, like that is one of the most pioneers of extreme metal, in the early 90s. It's an absolutely fucking incredible band. And then he went on to do his solo stuff, and he's just an absolutely phenomenal character. He's an incredibly nice guy. He's incredibly talented, and his music, like he's like 28 albums.
Yeah,
none of them outside of Strapping Young Lad, they're all very authentic and unique. And again, the dude can play, he can sing. He's just an absolute force of nature.
Yeah.
When it comes to music, and it just pisses me off that I don't think he's gonna get his really like popular due, whether it be the Juno Awards or music industry awards or just Canada as a whole. Because the music that he plays, like you said, it's not going to be on the fucking edge.
It's weird, man. It's weird, and it's like, it's just like not accessible, I guess,
to the overall like sheep public. But like his shit slams, and it's. I mean, shout out to Devin Townsend, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, dude. I've actually have been to a show. I think I've seen a couple times, to be honest. Yeah,
I've seen him about like 3 or 4 times.
And I speaking of like personal interactions with bands and stuff like that, I didn't have a Devin Townsend shirt. So I just took like a white t-shirt and I took a marker. I actually did this. And I wrote Devin Townsend on it. And then I like drew him with like a Flying V guitar. And then after the show, I was like, Devin, the show was awesome, man. And I fucking gave him the shirt. And I was like, I made this shirt for you. And he looked at it and he was like, man, this is exactly how I feel tonight. Sick, man.
He's a great dude.
Yeah, he's sick. He's like very down to earth and like very honest and and just like fun guy. Puts on a hell of a metal show. So I'm glad you liked that one. All right, we'll get into your next one here.
This is our 6th pick now.
I guess we're on our final one of the main round.
So that would be Who Am I by Peace Orchestra.
Yeah.
This one's super easy listening, super quiet, chill. There's only one line, just who am I? If this sounds familiar to you, it's because it's from the Animatrix.
Oh shit. Okay.
With the backstory kid. That's where I first heard it.
All right.
All about the whole premise of that short film is kid's like one of the few people in the Matrix who unplugged himself. He didn't need Neo or Morpheus.
Nice.
He was able to do that through his own will. And I always find when you're editing photos, especially if you're being creative and it's not for a client, you're really trying to figure out your own kind of identity, your own style. Sometimes you just want the photo to look good, but at the same time, there are things that you like that others don't, but then you don't necessarily know what that is.
True.
And like when you're trying to a big battle I feel for any photographer is really trying to find their voice through a visual medium. Yeah. And I feel like the song really kind of echoes the struggles of that.
Yeah.
It's just, man, if you blaze at home, it's a great one to blaze to. You're going to get super introspective and trippy, but it's easy to work to get into that flow state.
Sweet. Yeah, like this one didn't make a huge impression on me, to be honest. I don't hate it. That's really the only way I can say it. It's like it didn't change my life, but I think it's a decent track, and I could see editing photos to this, why not? Yeah, it's a decent one. I got a pretty good one here, hopefully. I know Tristan's going to like this one. This one's Tristan proof. The Sparrow by Mastodon. Mastodon was a band formed in Atlanta in 2000. They've been pretty prolific since then, putting out a lot of albums. They play live a shitload. I've seen this band live like more than any band ever, like more times than I've seen my own band. Just ridiculously talented band, like a Devin Townsend almost, where it's just like on the guitar, just like ridiculous, especially their drummer.
Yeah.
The drummer is out of control, man. Like, and he can sing and drum, and his kind of approach to drums is just like
fills for days.
Yeah, like
just fills.
ABS, always be soloing, always. Just
every measure, there's got to be a fill.
Got to be at least one.
It's mental. It's
pretty crazy. So a lot of their music is like very, very like intense and quite heavy and stuff like that, especially if you're going to like their earlier stuff, like their first album, Remission, right, is like a super heavy album. But this album is not as heavy. It's kind of their attempt at being more accessible, I think, in some ways. The Hunter from 2011, it's a good entry-level album, I think, for Mastodon. Like when someone's like, can you get me into Mastodon, which happens. This is one of the albums that I'll usually recommend first. Is that fair?
The Hunter,
Yeah.
I mean, if they don't listen to metal at all,
Yeah.
probably your
Oh,
best
if
shot.
they like listen to Rammstein or something.
Yeah, I mean, like, I would always just throw people in the deep end and play Leviathan for them.
Yeah,
That's just.
Might scare some people like that though. But I think like this particular song, the Sparrow, it's a super vibey song, I guess. And I just find it's like really good to edit photos to. Would definitely hope that it makes the playlist here. I gave Tristan a lot of ones that he needs to shoot down. So
like half of that.
I think this one's gonna
line them up and take them out with a single bullet.
I think this one's gonna be safe though.
Yeah, I'm just I was honestly just surprised. I forgot the song existed because it's I mean the Hunter's probably in my opinion their weakest album. Not that there aren't great songs on it, like Curl of the Burl I jam with all the time, Black Tongue. But I was just like, fuck, Jared, like you found the softest song on the softest album by one of the hardest
by
bands.
Mastodon. Yeah, I know. That seems to be
Jesus.
That's like my trend for this somehow.
But you know, it's good.
If Meshuggah had a soft song, I would have put it on this.
Yeah,
you know?
it's the outro track they put at the end of every album.
Throw that on here.
Mastodon's Mastodon. I'm a huge fan. I'm not gonna shoot this one down.
We're gonna go see him together in a few months.
with Gojira at Echo Beach.
Yeah,
be sick.
So that'll be sweet. We got so that's the main ones.
Yeah.
So now we can go ahead.
Which one do I get to execute?
Yeah, which one? Yeah.
Bam. Honestly,
it's gonna be tough because you don't like a lot of.
Yeah,
these
the first
songs.
half can just go. No, honestly, just for just for loyalty and the sake of musical integrity, to the Depeche Mode, Lacuna Coil can just fuck right off.
Okay. Nice.
You got your other stuff. While I don't like it, it's your I could see how people do like it. Yeah. Lacuna Coil though, doing a really shit cover of a really great song by Depeche Mode. I just can't have that. I couldn't listen to that song if I have to if I have to do this playlist. Yeah. I can skip over the other ones, but
you can't skip them. No, you got it. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, but see, you say that, but I will. But with Lacuna Coil, it's just that's just gonna piss me off looking at it. So that one's good.
So it can't exist. All right, I'm gonna I'm gonna cut the Hatebreed song. I think it just doesn't really fit. Especially, with the rest of the playlist, it's just really out of place. And like I said, I wouldn't mind having some type of metal song on here, obviously. But I don't really see myself editing photos to this particular song. So that's what I'm going to go with. All right. We can move into the catapult round here. So you can go first too. I'm just feeling generous today, guys. Just let Tristan go first.
The one that I'm putting in?
The catapult, yeah.
The surprise pick?
The surprise pick.
Oh, man.
You just do the same song. You're like, hey,
I was like, what? I knew you were going to kill that one.
Okay.
And I was like, do I put on something even more obnoxious, like Hammer Smash Face? But no.
Some Cannibal Corpse on there, right?
No, and then I was like, oh, maybe Meshuggah.
Mm-hmm.
I do fuck with my Meshuggah.
Me too.
They got a great song called "The Demon's Name is Surveillance." We have cameras. But no, I'm gonna keep it a little more subdued. Great band, you all should listen to. Totally instrumental. It's and why I'm wearing the shirt.
Yeah,
Harper Lewis.
Okay.
By Russian Circles.
Okay.
It's got a great progression to it. It's got a great build up. It's not.
Hell yeah.
It's they're just a great band. Not enough people know them. They should know them. It's heavy without being offensive. I find people that don't listen to metal can really fuck with this band.
Yeah.
You can certainly get high to this band.
Definitely. Yeah.
And because,
gets you in that trance state for sure.
Yeah, and because it's fully instrumental, you're gonna. I feel like your creative process catches a wave with the energy that they're putting out.
And that's the thing for a lot of people too. I feel like a lot of people could get into metal. The barrier that I think keeps so many people out, even people who I know who like metal, it's that vocals that just so I would say 90% of people right away, as soon as it's they're like, no.
Yeah.
Right?
100%.
So, yeah.
It is the gate they got to get through.
Yeah.
For a lot of it.
Yeah. But once you like it, you like it. Now I love that style of vocals.
Not that I would ever be Spiritual Iron Maiden, but I feel like it's the same thing with a lot of the power metal vocalists.
True.
A lot of it's almost operatic, and also with I would say your average person isn't really into that level of projection.
That's why people love Nightwish, man. I found that out making fun of Nightwish on YouTube. A lot of people mad at me. A lot of people in
more than Lacuna Coil fans.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Definitely more than Lacuna Coil fans. Whatever. I just like the one song. It's fine. Okay, this is I'm cool with that. Not that it matters because it's a catapult round, but Small Worlds, Mac Miller. I'm gonna put that on here.
Oh, nice.
Off his 2018 album Swimming. I don't know why I held this one back for the catapult round. You probably would like this song. Like, I don't really know. I was just like, oh, Tristan, he doesn't really listen to hip hop. Maybe he would cut this.
I throw 3 hip hop songs on there.
I discovered Mac Miller in 2013. The album Watching Movies with the Lights Off. I don't have any idea how I came across this. Maybe it was just like a Spotify recommendation or something. He's been on some Absol songs, so maybe that's how. Anyways, I really like this song. Really like this album. I respect this dude because he does his own production. Well, did his own production, because sadly he actually passed away literally a month after dropping this album. After dropping Swimming, he passed away of accidental drug overdose, and he was 26 years old, man, which really fucking sucks, to be honest. Like, I feel like he had a lot more to give, and a lot more music and a lot more art and that he could have brought to people. And so just wanted to put him on this playlist here. And the first time I think I ever heard this particular song was actually on Tiny Desk concert, which is something that like NPR does, I believe. So you can check that out on YouTube, and it's a really good performance of this one.
Yeah, I mean, I fuck with Mac Miller. Yeah,
cool. Yeah, right on. All right, it's time for the wife round. So just to refresh your memory, the wife round, Masha, my wife, selected a song. Tristan's wife selected a song. Alex, shout out. She's in good company. Ascari, Alex, and MF
and Devin Townsend.
Yeah. I'm gonna go first for this one. Just gotta give some cred to the wife here. Originally, she was gonna put a terrible song on. I would have been voting against her. But it's up to me and Tristan to decide between the two of us, and we have to decide which one between these two tracks we want to put on there. So the pick for the wife round from Masha is a track Time by Hans Zimmer off the Inception soundtrack. And what did Alex bring to the table?
Maps by Emancipator from the album And Soon It Will Be Cold Outside.
Okay, so I don't mind that track at all. Like, I was fine with it. It didn't really make a huge impression on me, though. Like, I did find it like repetitive to the point where I'm like, once I heard like the first like 30 seconds, I was like, hey, I know what the rest of the song is, and it kind of is that. Not to say that I didn't like it, but I wouldn't. I'm not like right away like, oh, fuck Masha, then let's put this track on there. Like, what do you think?
I mean, I don't fuck with movie scores because it's just like, it's so specific to the art, and I feel like if you were like walking down the street, you couldn't just be listening to the Inception soundtrack.
Some people do.
I know, and they're psychopaths. Like, your life isn't that epic. Like, it's just, like that's the like soundtracks and music are like, and like, I feel like that's the difference. I mean, while Emancipator's like, it's like you say too repetitive. I mean, that's kind of the genre. Again, it's like it's beats.
Yeah.
Beats are repetitive, but like, I think everything about him, like the story behind that whole album was that he was in college. He didn't want to do his program anymore. He didn't know really what to do with his life, and he was in a shit place. And he just wrote this whole album, and he didn't even plan on publishing it. But his friends were like, "This is amazing."
Here's the thing, though. So, it's not really in the wife round. It ain't really about which song you like. It's about the wife's honor. and I know this. I know this for a fact. Alex is like the number one Nolan stan in existence. Like, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Even when, like, I like my Christopher Nolan, right? Like, I want to be a director one day. Christopher Nolan is definitely someone who I look up to. But when I watched that freaking backwards movie, Tenet, like, it kind of broke me. Like,
broke your brain.
It just kind of broke my soul. And
are you gonna listen to that soundtrack walking down the street or editing?
But this is Inception.
Yeah, this is Inception.
I like, you know. So I'm saying, like, for Alex, like, what would Alex actually want now? Right? She might want you to put this on there, dude.
Yeah, but Nolan. That's a good point.
I think it wins.
It's a good point, but I just feel like Alex would also like be like, what would be the best? No, Alex honestly wouldn't have an opinion except for like what makes our jobs easier. And I feel like I feel like the pick that she put forward, is just like more conducive to like photo editing than the Inceptions.
Yeah, I would say it's possibly more conducive towards photo editing, but I also think that there's enough kind of like lo-fi-ish beat like stuff on this playlist where it might be nice to get a little bit of variety too. Right?
Yeah, but like the Inception soundtrack.
It's a good, hey man, the song's good.
Dun.
No, it's not that though. This
like,
song isn't that. So what do you think, man? Like, we gotta try to not piss off Alex here. Like, if you shoot down Nolan, man, I don't know if you're gonna be sleeping on the couch or the balcony or what.
You're
gonna have to decide here, bro. You're gonna have to. You call it.
I personally feel that the point of this playlist is for photo editing, and on top of that, I believe in shouting out artists that need like the recognition. I don't think Nolan needs any more fucking recognition that he already has.
All right, especially
when it comes to like the Tenet or not the Tenet soundtrack, the Inception soundtrack. So I'm shouting out like Emancipator, just so people can get more into his shit and music.
All right. We're gonna put Emancipator on, but if you get emancipated from your marriage because of it,
I think I'll be okay. You're the one in trouble.
All right, it's all good. All right, dude. Yeah, this was a super fun episode. So we'll say the whole playlist and then we'll get out of here. So for mine, we got Mac DeMarco, Finally Alone, Slow Motion Countdown by Graveyard, Nannuflay by Tinariwen. We've got Mountaintop by Devin Townsend, The Sparrow by Mastodon, and then Mac Miller, Small Worlds. And Tristan has
Looking Down the Barrel of Today by Hatebreed.
No, you don't.
Pretty sure I do. You can't kill the Hatebreed, bro.
Yeah, man, that's dead.
So, of course, anything that says lo-fi chill hot 420, study session chill, trip hop beats. No,
anime babes tunes for babes.
Every day. Oh, sorry, Hustlin by Rick Ross. Ain't Got Time. Tyler the Creator. 4 a.m. Hail Mary Melon. Check out the album Beastry. Absolute must. Psychon Diabolik by the 1FS. Shout out to you, homie. Thanks again for all the late nights. Maps by Emancipator's The Wife Pick. And then, Who Am I by Peace Orchestra.
Awesome. And this is a real playlist. The second that this goes up, this playlist is going to exist. And if you have Spotify, you can go and listen to it. And and you can edit photos to it. And, hit us up. Let us know if it was good, if you edited photos. And where you can hit us up, obviously, is on Instagram. Photo_friends_pod. You can rate us on Apple Podcasts. You can get 50% off CloudSpot with that link under there. I should have said if you want the playlist, it's going to be, you just have to search the ultimate photo editing playlist. I'm going to put that all in caps, the ultimate photo editing playlist. I'll link it down with those other links. And that's my plugs. Tristan, what are your plugs?
If you don't like this playlist, your music taste just sucks. Like, it just sucks. There's enough on here from a wide range of music. If you don't like any of it, you just suck as a person.
You're the problem.
Yeah, you're the problem.
Go listen to Nickelback.
Yeah. None of us stoop that low.
Yeah, for sure. No, definitely.
That would have been a good tactic, though, if I put some Nickelback in there and the Hatebreed, so the Hatebreed made it through.
Oh man, I might have had to put. No, I don't know. I can't do that. I can never. Anyways, yeah. So that's the plugs, guys. That's the show. The only thing that we have to do now is give you the something random. For the something random, like Tristan was saying, there's a lot of musicians out there that you probably love, that you probably respect, who really aren't getting the recognition that they deserve, just because of, I guess, like the way that kind of music industry works and crap like that. So, support musicians, man. Go to their shows.
They're more broke than us.
Sometimes, yeah.
They're more broke than us.
They spent it all on guitars the way we spent it all on cameras.
Everyone uses Spotify instead of buying their albums.
That's true. Yeah. So buy their albums, I guess. But what really helps, I think, is like going to shows, buying merch and stuff 100%. Like that, and sharing their stuff around and that. So do that.